Hello, I'm Alistair Stevenson, and today I'm reviewing the Nokia Lumia 720. Now, Nokia has now released 5 Lumia devices into the UK market, and the Lumia 720 fits exactly into the middle of that, being below the 820 and the top-end 920, but above the already released 620 and its sibling, the 520, which is at the very bottom end of the price bracket. Now, SIM-free, this retails for about £300, which means it is a moderate mid-range smartphone, not too expensive, not too cheap. However, it does have all the innate business perks that Nokia has loaded before, and additionally sits in the middle of the size bracket, being a little bit smaller than 920 and 820, measuring in at a pretty nice 128 by 68 by 9mm. Additionally, it's a lot lighter than most other Lumias, weighing in at a very, very nice 128 grams. Now, while this isn't as much as the 112 gram featherlight iPhone, it's still pretty nice, and the device feels pretty comfortable in hand. In fact, helped by the intelligent button placement of Nokia, where again you have power, volume, and a dedicated camera shutter button. Now, another big change to the design is the fact that it actually has a micro SD card slot, which can be accessed on the side, though be warned, you will need to get a poke and actually pull it out, so it can't be very easily accessed, which is a good thing because it only comes with 8 gig of storage, and using that you can get up to about 64. Now, the one issue we have with the design and build is that it's a polycarbonate unibody chassis doesn't feel as robustly built as other Lumias, even compared to the 620, which had interchangeable skins. During our time with it, we've noticed that the red model we're reviewing is prone to picking up marks and blemishes, which could be an issue for those who would like to keep their smartphone looking pristine. Another slight shortcoming is the display. Now, the display comes with a 4.3-inch, 217 pixel per inch density display. Now, this is good, it still looks great, but compared to other £300 phones, it does look a little bit fuzzy, though that's only if you really look at it. Additionally, it's slightly disappointing because the lower end Lumia 620 actually has a higher pixel per inch count, having 224 pixel per inch density. That said, it does have some of Nokia's lovely screen technologies, including clear black and super sensitive touch. Clear black is a technology that's designed to make the backs deeper and richer, thus making the other colours pop out more, making text more readable, and also improving use in low light conditions. In general, the device is pretty good at this, though we have noticed at times that the Gorilla Glass 2 coating, when hit with direct sunlight, could be prone to glare and wasn't quite as nice to use outdoors as other Lumia phones, like the 820 and 920. Though again, given the price, this is understandable. Super sensitive touch, however, is very nice, and actually means it makes the entire display more responsive, but also adds the added boon that you can actually use the device while wearing gloves, which, if you're out in cold weather, is very nice, let you check your email without having to sacrifice your hand's warmth. The only other little disappointment is the fact that the Lumia 720 has the same specs as the 620, having a 1.1 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4 Qualcomm processor that's backed up by 512 meg of RAM. Now, while this is generally okay because of the fact that Windows Phone isn't as power-hungry and demanding as other mobile operating systems, we did notice that when you had a lot of apps open or media or content-heavy websites loading, it could take slightly longer than similarly priced Android competitors. That said, it still is fairly fast, and we found it's generally responsive to the touch and can do most basic tasks fairly easily. Additionally, you do have a lot of perks here with Windows Phone 8, including Office. This combined with SkyDrive means you can actually tweak and edit documents on the go, straight from the computer using the cloud service storage solution. Also, it has all of Nokia's custom Here apps. These are pretty good because Bing's inbuilt ones from Microsoft aren't that great, and the Here Maps options actually give you certain search capabilities, like the ability to look for relevant restaurants, things like that, which are much more accurate than they are on Bing. Another innovation they've added is the camera. Now, the 720 packs a 6.7 megapixel rear camera, complete with Nokia's Carl's Ice lens. Now, Nokia claims that this actually has great low light capabilities and will generally beat most similarly priced smartphones. A claim in general we'd agree with, having tested it in a variety of locations. However, we did notice some issues with the stills and found that certain photos taken on the Lumia 720 could look a little bit washed out even when taken in regular light. However, as we said, the camera is still far superior to most similarly priced Android competitors. The only other notable change is the fact that the Lumia 720 comes loaded with a 2000 mAh battery. Now, Nokia claims it's lost about 13.5 hours off one charge. Testing the device, we wouldn't really agree with this. The device generally lasts 1.5 days, 1 day off charge with regular use, but if you're using a lot of 3G or connected to a lot of services on Wi-Fi, it can peter out in less than 4 to 5 hours, which, while average for a smartphone, isn't stellar. Still, again, to be expected given the price. Overall, our impression of the 720 are the same as all Lumias. It's a very nice device, having a striking look and offering all the business perks of Windows Phone 8 with a few custom Nokia innovations. Our only real qualm with the 720 is the fact that it doesn't offer great value for money when compared to the 620, which has already been out for some time. Still, for those looking for a mid-range smartphone to use for BYOD or just dedicated work purposes, the 720 is still a solid choice. I'm Alistair Stevenson, thanks for watching.